I know you're excited to be here. And guess what? We're excited that you're here because once again, we come together and we get to do this beautiful dance and we get to be with each other and we get to hug each other and we get to love on each other and we get to do all the things that, quite frankly, a lot of us didn't get a chance to experience in more of the traditional settings. And so I don't know if you noticed this or not. And by the way, if you're here for the first time, welcome. We're glad you're here, whether you're here in person or you're here online. We're really grateful to see you this morning. But I don't know if you noticed, but in terms of us being just a little bit different in the traditional ways, not that there's anything wrong with the traditional ways. So we're not saying, ooh, tradition at all. In fact, I love some of the original traditions. But yet, we feel like there's a possibility, just maybe, that we can do things a little bit differently. And that is, instead of seeing this concept or this idea of outside of ourselves, that what Unity believes is it's actually something that is right inside of here. And I think that's the big difference. It's actually experiencing, and to me, all of this, when we come together, is about experiencing your relationship with God. And when I say that, I mean it very, very specifically, that can be, should you decide, to be a real part of your life. And it's not just from the standpoint of getting on your hands and knees and please, 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 that kind of a thing. It's actually a lived experience. In other words, it's actually a part of you. And if you can imagine for just a minute, I want you to understand that. I want you to think of this concept called God decided it wanted to have an experience. And that experience looks, something like you. What? Yeah. That's exactly what you're here. That's why you're here. Because God said, you know what? I think I would really love to have the experience of Michelle. And so Michelle came down to this earth, and now God's living through Michelle. And God is living through each and every one of you, having the experience called you because God wanted to have the experience of exactly the experience that you're having. How many people know that? How many people believe it? When you start to do this work, you'll understand that you are not separate from God. It is not outside of you. You are a part of it as much as it is a part of you. And you start to do this dance, this amazing, beautiful dance that we all forgot. And that's what happened. We forgot because we've been told generation after generation, years, centuries, thousands of years, that we're separate. But what happened was part of the story was going to be the Great Awakening. And spoiler alert, for anybody who doesn't know this, we're waking up. And we're starting to understand. And we're starting to finally believe that actually all the promises that have been made that we didn't think were true actually are true. And now's the time for that to begin to start to happen. And so the invitation for you this morning and coming and join us, whether again this is your first time or you've been coming for a while, is to, if anything, just pause for a minute and imagine the thought that you're one with God. And God's one with you, and there's no separation, and it's not outside of you, which then puts all the responsibility where? Right there. So, having said that, we are super, super glad you're here this morning. I always say this, that we get to create this environment, whatever we would like the environment to be. So I want you to imagine in your own mind for just a second, the space is being filled right now. We're all filling the space. We can fill it with love. We can fill it with compassion. We can fill it with miracles. We can fill it with magic. We can fill it with transformation, healing, all the things, if that's what we want. So I don't know about you, I'm in for a party. That's what I'm in for.